Each being has the ability to turn a dream into a nightmare, and at the same time, they have the ability to turn a nightmare into a dream. This is done through an act of focus, through the actions of breathing. If you find that you are in a relationship, if you find that you are in a job, if you find that you are in any kind of dynamic that you consider to be harsh, that you consider to be painful, a nightmare of any sorts, understand that you have the God given ability to breathe the breath of life into this circumstance and to allow it to turn into something that you have always wanted, for you have ultimately called it to yourself. You are said to be living within a dream, which you will come to comprehend when you come to the other side of it. But while you are in this dream, beloveds, understand that this is a waking in a conscious dream, a dream that you have the capacity to alter in any moment through the action of using the breath to say, I will allow myself to breathe into a different choice of an emotion to experience. Rabbi Akiva, while his body had its flesh filleted from it, and as he was being thrown into a fire, was praising the glory of God. While I was having nails driven through my hands and my feet, while I was having to bear the burden of walking this heavy wooden cross with a crown of thorns upon my head through the streets, I still was able to praise God and thank God. Did I have my human moment of saying, God, why have you forsaken me? Indeed. I was not perfect, I was a man. And yet there is a perfection, there is a divinity that occurs in each and every moment, even in the moments of humanity, where we have said, no, this relationship is a nightmare and I must leave. This job is a nightmare. This home, this city, this weather, whatever it is that you have assigned negativity towards, darkness towards. Beloveds, we would ask you to do one thing, and that is to pause for a moment and say, is this real? Has this been something that I have believed in? Oh, this person will never change. If I say this to them, this is how they will react. I cannot tell my husband, I cannot tell my wife, I cannot tell my children my truth. You must ask yourself, is this true? Is this real? And let yourself go towards that which brings you happiness and that which brings you joy and that which brings you love. For that is the path that will lead you back to your heart. So if you know that you are in a job, if you know that you are in a relationship, if you know that you are in a circumstance that does not bring you joy, you do not need to continue to have the burden upon you of saying, I will continue to allow myself to be tortured, will continue to allow myself to live within this nightmare. For I know that someday when I overcome this, I will be the most pious of beings. Beloved, sometimes the overcoming is in the leaving, and sometimes the overcoming is in the staying. You must weigh this for yourselves, but understand that every action that you take is indeed one that is bringing you closer to yourself. For there is no other way for you to be in the universe. But the choice for you to say, this is a horrible circumstance, and I am not worthy of having anything else. I must be punished, for I was naughty. Beloveds, all you have ever been is holy. All you have ever been is beloved. All you have ever been is precious in the eyes of God. It is you who have called yourselves evil. It is you who have called yourselves dark. It is you who have punished yourself by stating that any circumstance is a nightmare to you. Let yourself live within the light of the dream. Let yourself be happy at every moment, and let it be true to your heart. And when you find yourself mired in a situation where you cannot find peace, call out for assistance. If you understood that we get our brownie points by helping you, know that every time that you pray for assistance, You are rushed upon by so many beings who are saying, pick me, listen to me, I want to help you, for ways in which we continue to grow and ascend. There are so many that are clamoring to assist you, beloveds. There are so many that are joyful at the idea of assisting you. And all that we are ever doing, beloveds, is we are assisting you in remembering your divinity for the places where you have chosen to forget, so that you can indeed enjoy the experience of what would it be to be other than the Creator. And now is the time upon you, beloveds, to come back to the truth of you. And the truth of you is that you are the very essence and the very breath, and the very blessing of life itself. Your presence and your countenance and your love graces all beings. And you are surrounded by so many who are here to assist you. So allow us, beloved ones, to come to your aid, to help you to remember what you have forgotten. I and the Father are one. That's it. Very simple indeed. Take a breath with me, beloveds. Breathe in that God is, and as you exhale and know I am, know that I am as you are. I was always thought to be a strange child. I was always thought to be different, for I could communicate with the wind, and I could communicate with the water, and I could communicate with the fire, and all of the elements and the trees and the animals. You have the same capacity that I do, beloveds. Allow yourself to remember. And when you forget, know that I am here, as are many, many others, to remind you of the love, the grace, the beauty, and the light that you are always. Blessings to you, and know that I will speak with you again.